Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm here with the second part of the Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. In the first part, previously actually on this poem, we read that there was a wedding ceremony and then the old mariner was there. He stopped one of the guests of that wedding and he asked that person to listen to his story and he started his story. His story maybe happened when he was younger and then he narrated that they had started a journey on the ship and was the mariner and that she worked as a mariner and then they moved from the place they were, which was most probably in the northern parts of the earth, to the southern parts. They stopped at the equator, and on that place there was a storm, and then the storm pushed them towards the south, and they were somewhere around the South Pole. In the South Pole, there was just ice. There was a kind of wicked atmosphere, and they were somehow feared. But a bird appeared. It was an albatross. The albatross guided them through the mist and snow, and they could get out of it somehow. And after that, the mariner had shot the albatross. That's it. And these are Gustave Doré's paintings of the different sceneries of the poem by Coleridge. And in the first part, we read that the bird had a Christian soul, or it was like a Christian soul. So there are maybe some allegorical layers of meaning in the poem. Uh, so the bird is dead. Let's see what is happening in the part two. The sun now rose upon the right. Out of the sea came he, still hid in mist, and on the left went down into the sea. In the earlier parts of the poem, the sun went up from the left and it went down to the right. But here, and from that clue, we knew that they are moving towards south. Now that the sun roses upon the right and it comes to the left in the evening, it shows that they are moving towards the north, still hid in mist, and on the left went down into the sea. So, based on the movement of the sun or the description of the movement of the sun, we know the direction of the journey of the ship. And the good south wind still blew behind, but no sweet bird did follow, nor any day for food or play came to the mariner's hollow. The bird is now dead, but the ship is still moving because of the south wind, already also helping them to get out of the mist. And I had done a hellish thing, and it would work and bow, work the other mariners. For all averred, for all agreed, I had killed the bird that made the breeze to blow. The mariners generally were very superstitious at the time. They read some of the signs from the sky, some of the bad omens, good omens, so they believed in omens. Uh, Earlier in the story, when they are uh, actually telling the mariner that he had not, it was better not to kill the bird, they are still believing that the bird was a good omen or it was a Christian soul. So our wretch said they the bird to slay, to kill, that made the breeze to blow. Nor dim nor red, like God's own head, the glorious sun oppressed. Then all averred I had killed the bird that brought the fog and mist. The superstitious people can somehow change their mind very easily. As soon as the sun appears in the sky, they believe, okay, now the mariner had done something good. He had saved us from that cold location. Nor dim nor red like God's own hat, the glorious sun oppressed. Then all averred I had killed the bird that brought the fog and mist. It was right, said they, such birds to slay that bring the fog and mist. In this part of the poem, we can guess that they are in an unknown place in the Pacific Sea or the Pacific Ocean. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. And you can see a very good example of alliteration. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. And you can also see internal rhyming. The fair breeze blew, and then the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. We were the first that ever burst into that silent sea. We can also notice the minute repetition of silent sea to the sounds emphasizing the silence of the place. We were the first that ever burst, and this burst can also make a minor case of alliteration with breeze. So everything is full of sound, but they are in a silent place, and you can see the comparison here. They are in a tropical place, most probably. Down dropped the breeze, the sails dropped down. It was sad, as sad could be, and we did speak only to break the silence of the sea. There is no breeze now, and everywhere is silent. The mariners cannot even talk to one another. It is such a depressing situation. All in a hatch and copper sky. Copper means the red sky, the sky is red. All in a hatch and copper sky, the bloody sun at noon, right up above the mast did stand, no bigger than the moon. Once again, we have the same scene we had earlier in the poem when at noon the sun stands just above the mast uh, of the ship. It means that the earth and the sun are in like a 90 degrees angle, and this implies that they are somewhere around the equator. And next we read, day after day, day after day, we stalk, nor breath, nor motion. Breath means the wind, as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. Now they are like a painting. Nothing is moving in the scene. Water, water everywhere, and all the boards that shrink. Water, the boards of the ship, because there is no water to drink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. The story gets sad here, as sad as it could be. They're very deep, that rot, because there is no motion on the water. The depths of the ocean starts to rot. They're very deep, that rot. Oh Christ, that ever, there should be, yeah, slimy things that crawl with legs upon the slimy sea. Creatures like jellyfish are all around, and he calls them slimy things. About, and reel or rout. The death fires danced at night. The death fires are those creatures, most probably again the jellyfish. The water, like a witch's oil, burnt green and blue and white. Everything is getting rotten, and because of these slimy things movements over the surface of the ocean, that he can see different colors. We know that some of these creatures, sea creatures actually, and sea animals, can produce electricity and light, and it seems that Coleridge is referring to this phenomena while talking about different colors dancing on the surface. And some of the mariners, and some in dreams assured were of the spirit that plagued us so. 9 fathom deep yet followed us from the land of mist and snow. Some of the mariners, again, based on their superstitious beliefs, think that there was a water spirit, that spirit or that monster actually had carried them here because it was angry. And this is a painting showing the scene. Later on in the poem, we read, it seems to spoil, but anyway, later on in the poem, we read that the spirits loved the bird and he's taking revenge. And every tongue, through utter drought, was withered at the root. They cannot move their tongues because they are thirsty. We could not speak, no more than if we had been choked with soot. They cannot move their tongues, and it was like that they had swallowed coal, so or ashes, and the ashes are stuck, just stuck in the root of their tongues, so they cannot move it. Oh well, a day, what evil looks had I from old and young! Instead of the cross, the albatross about my neck was hung. Uh, Earlier, we read about the Christian attitude and the association of the bird with Christian symbolism. Here, the bird, like with its feathers opening to the sides, or the wings just open as like the cross. It has a cross shape, and now they take they cross out of his neck and they put the albatross instead, like this in. Uh, we have to check some Christian attitudes here and some biblical things. It seems that based on what we know, there is a relationship between sinning and Jesus Christ. Original sin caused man to fall down to earth, and then Jesus Christ was actually God who came on earth to redeem mankind from that sin. And this is happening here as well. The mariner had done a sin or committed a sin, and then the other mariners are are putting his sin actually around his neck. And let's see whether this new cross or this Christian soul, which was the bird, can help him to redeem from that sin or not. Anyway, here the second part of the poem ends. I hope you can follow the next parts as well.